Learn about different kinds of sushi as you create a candy replica. Let's start with our Swedish fish. These can be our sashimi, raw fish that's eaten on its own, but we'll also use these fish as components of our other sushi. Next, we're going to make nigiri, which is a rectangle-shaped mound of rice with a slice of meat, usually fish or sometimes eel or shrimp on top. Open one of your Rice Krispie treats, and you can either cut off a small, approximately fish-sized block of rice, or you can break off the Rice Krispie treat and form it into the correct shaped mound. When making sushi, this rice is typically packed together. The term nigiri translates to hand-packed or hand-gripped to describe the way this rice is traditionally molded by hand. The sticky Rice Krispie treat is actually quite similar to the sticky rice used to make sushi, and it can be compacted into the same oval or rectangle-shaped mound. And while you can cut the rice with a knife, it really is much more authentic if it's molded by hand. For our next sushi, open up your fruit roll-up and lay it flat. This is going to be our seaweed or our nori. Part of my fruit roll-up got stuck together at the end. I cut this part off and used it to wrap around my nigiri. This is called nigiri with nori or nori ribbon nigiri. Just a thin strip of nori ties the sushi together like a bow. Next, we're going to make maki, which is the most common type of sushi here in the US. I'm using just half of a Rice Krispie treat and flattening it out again. You want the rice to be more compacted like it was with our nigiri. You'll need the flattened bed of rice to be the same length as your fruit roll-up. Mine wasn't quite long enough, so I filled in with this extra piece. Pack the rice down until you have a flat, even bed. I found that about halfway up the height of the fruit roll-up was a good size. You want the rice to go to the edge of the sides of the fruit roll-up. Next, I'm putting the filling in my maki, which will be our fish. Sushi can be made with varying thicknesses, but I want mine to be small, like a kappa maki or a cucumber roll, so I'm slicing my fish in half. Arrange your fillings in a line. It's important this line is straight and even, meaning it has the same thickness throughout. Once you've arranged your fillings, it's time to roll your maki. Pick up the rice edge and gently but firmly roll it all together. You want the two edges of your rice to fold or roll together. Once you've rolled it into a compacted tube, it's time to slice each roll. It's not uncommon to be left with this end piece with filling sticking out. This part is often discarded. Cut each piece as evenly as possible. Sushi is intended to be eaten in a single bite, so try to cut small, bite-sized pieces. Maki is traditionally presented in 6 or 8 cut pieces. Next, I'm going to make temaki, a hand roll. This has similar ingredients to a maki roll, but is served in a single cone. While cut pieces of maki are easy to share, temaki is intended to be eaten by one person. Open up another fruit roll-up and lay it flat. Take half of a Rice Krispie treat and pack it together to be more flat, like we did with the maki. But instead of a rectangle, I make a triangle shape. I cut off the uneven, clumpy edges of my nori so I have a smooth rectangle. I place my triangle of rice diagonally from the corner. Then I arrange my fillings in a triangle shape on top of the rice. Starting from the corner, I roll the sushi together in a cone shape, keeping one end more narrow than the other. Our fruit roll-up is very sticky and can hold our sushi together. But if we were using real nori, we would need to seal the temaki together with a small amount of sticky rice to glue the end of the nori down. Share your own sushi creations with us on the Teen Library Instagram.